Okay, I think I'm recording now.
Yes, yes. You are recording. That would be stored in your My Documents, I guess.
Okay. I would like to ask you if we can. I have received actually 4 lessons from the big classes, but the voice quality is not so well in each lesson. So I would like to start from the lesson number 2, if that's possible, from the session number 2.
Sure. No problem. We will get into the session number 2 then.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Mariana, before that, can you please give me your educational background?
Okay, I'm student of Information Systems and Technologies. But I have no knowledge in SQL. I'm absolute beginner.
Okay, no issues.
Okay.
Are you currently working anywhere?
Not at the moment.
All right. Okay then, no problem. Yes. I'll give you a small introduction towards this Oracle, and we will get into that session 2 immediately. All right?
Yes, all right.
Yes. So I already told you that Oracle is a repository. It's a repository. It means it holds the data here. So it holds the data. For example, the Facebook, the social networking site, or the bank website, or any company that is holding some employees in its organization, or a hospital which is operating for patients and doctors. So all these organizations are using websites to maintain their operations. So Facebook is maintaining all its users in it. So the user's data is somewhere stored in a repository. That repository is nothing but the Oracle. Or it may be some other like a SQL server or Sybase, Ingress. So I'm listing out the examples. So listing out the examples of repositories. These repositories are also known as DBMS, we say, Database Management System. So I told you it holds data. So a database management system is a program that holds all that information. So in that DBMS we have the relational DBMS currently, that is relational management system. So RDBMS we say. Under RDBMS there are various examples like Oracle, Sybase, Ingress, IBM's DB2, then Microsoft's SQL Server, MySQL. So all these are examples under relational database management system. If you are familiar with the one RDBMS, then understanding the other RDBMS becomes simple to you. Of all these, Oracle is very widely used in the industry. Oracle has the SQL and PLSQL part, that is programming language or procedural language we say. So here this RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, is the repository, where the information or the better say the data about the employees or doctors or customers or users of Facebook, all these are stored in. So the data is stored in a repository. Now that data can be manipulated by using SQL. So SQL stands for SQL. SEQUEL. So some authors call it as SQL, some authors call it as SQL, which is nothing but a structured
Query language.
programming language. So all means the same. SQL, that is SQL or structured programming language. So where you are going to write some queries, some statements which would perform some operations on the data that is stored in the database. So here, for example, if you say employees, so there may be an application, employee management system, which is holding the employee details. Likewise, the bank website, a bank which is holding the customer details. For example, if you take the Citibank holds all its customer data in its repository. So it can add new customers who has taken an account into its repository. That is adding customer data into. So the operations I am listing out here. Adding customer data into repository by using this SQL. That is insert customer data into repository. So inserted. Now there may be chances that you can update the customer information. I am talking about bank customers. So the bank customer may change his email ID or his phone number, mobile number. So that can be updated because the repository already has particular employee data. Now that data can be updated. So update an employee, update an email ID or phone number or so on. Likewise, suppose a customer has closed his account, then it can be, the system can delete his data. So all these are operations that are performed on customer data in a bank. So these operations can be done with the help of structured programming language. So SQL is a programming language which can be used to communicate with the data present in the database, that is data present in the repository. So here all this SQL has various types of commands, queries. We will be exploring all those things. So once we are done with SQL, then we'll be moving to PL/SQL.
So how many lessons will we have for SQL and how many for PL/SQL?
Sure. Yes. For SQL, around 15 hours. Likewise for PL/SQL, around 15 hours.
Okay.
Approximately.
Yeah.
So it actually ranges from 25 to 30 hours totally.
Yes.
So under SQL, we will be learning these things. So I'm just listing out the various sub-languages present in it. Then database objects like tables, views, then synonyms, sequences, indexes, constraints, and so on. So all these are database objects. I mean, I told you that employee data or customer data is stored in the database. So that data is stored in a tabular format, that is rows and columns. So we call it as a table. So like tables, we have views, synonyms, sequences, indexes. We will explore all these things. Then the other things like joins, then subqueries and the types of subqueries, then operators available, then functions available in it, then set operators, some special operators available. And so on. So all these comes under SQL part. So then followed by PLSQL part. So in PLSQL, where you are going to apply some programming language concepts onto that SQL. So programming language concepts like the loops, for loop, while loop, likewise some conditions, maybe if condition, if else condition, you might have seen in your C programming, right?
Yes.
The control structures. So those things can be applied to SQL. So I just mark them control structures. Control structures. Then basic blocks. Then stored programs. Under stored programs, you will be learning functions, procedures, then packages, triggers, and exceptions, then PLSQL objects. Exceptions, and before that cursors. So these things you are going to learn under PLSQL part. So once you are comfortable with Oracle, as I told you, you can work out on this MySQL or MySQL SQL Server, DB2, any kind of database, because all those are similar concepts seen with slight differences in syntax. And we are following SQL here, ANSI SQL, that is, which is standard SQL. American National Standard Institute has proposed some rules, and the SQL whatever we are seeing now is a standard ANSI SQL. So all these examples of RDBMS which I listed out has those ANSI SQL standards in it, so that it would be easy to you to understand the syntaxes present in other databases also, with very little change in the keywords. That's it. Wherever possibility is there, I will be comparing our Oracle database with MySQL. MySQL is another database which is an open source product. So it's freely available. You don't need to pay for the license. You can directly download it from Google.
Okay.
And this MySQL is also a product from Oracle Corporation. So the current Oracle which we are learning is from Oracle company. So Oracle is the proprietor vendor of Oracle database. So Oracle is the company name. Likewise, MySQL is also owned by the Oracle. So few years ago, this MySQL, Oracle company has purchased this MySQL. So currently the open source product, which is MySQL, a relational database management system, is from Oracle company. Yes. So that's a small introduction about Oracle database. Have you installed Oracle database in your machine, Mariana?
No.
All right. Then I'll just give you. So you have to download Oracle Express Edition. XE. XE stands for Express Edition. You have to download it. I will send you the link to where to download it. So you can download it from Oracle portal. So during downloading, you can choose Oracle 11G version it is. So it would be something like a 11.2 release. So we will be using this Oracle 11G version for our demo purpose, practice purpose.
Okay, and that Oracle Express Edition, it works on Windows 8, right?
Yes, it works. It works on Windows 8. And its size is around 300 plus MB. Once you download that, during download, what happens is Oracle portal will ask for a user ID and password during download. So during that time, you go for registering yourself onto Oracle portal. It's a free registration. As you don't have user ID password during download, so you go for registering yourself into Oracle portal. It will ask you for your details like a first name, last name, and some email ID. And you can reconfirm your password. Use that email ID, whatever you are registered with Oracle portal, that is your email ID, and a password during registration, whatever you give. Those two things, and then you are allowed to download that. It's a free registration. Once you download that, I mean to say there will be a button over there which is adjacent to that Windows 8 environment. You can see Oracle XE for Windows, Linux environments. You can choose for Windows environment. In that, based upon your machine, 32-bit or 64-bit, please check your machine's architecture. So you can choose either 32 or 64-bit during download. Okay?
Yes. Yes, I will try.
Once you Right. Once you download, I'll show you the zip file. Yes, you can see. Yes, you can see here. This is the Oracle Expression Edition's zip file, which you can download that from Oracle portal. You have to unzip that. Yes. If you unzip that, you can see disk 1 into it. Open that, and there is a setup.exe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you double click the setup.exe, and it will ask you to click on its wizard during installation. It shows you the various windows over there during installation. You just keep pressing next button on those things.
Okay.
Because I already have that instance in my machine, so I am not installing this for now.
Yes.
You can just make a try. It's not a difficult thing. You click on next buttons, and one particular window would ask for username and password.
Okay.
Or it may just ask you for password. So you give a password for Oracle environment. It's of your choice.
Yes.
And it will ask for reconfirming the password. You give the same password again, and then you go on clicking the next button. Finally, you will encounter a finish button. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
So once you're done with that, you please make a note of the password which you have given during installation process.
Okay.
This password may be a different thing, and the Oracle portal which you have registered may be a different.
Okay.
Right. Then once the installation is success, you can see, you can click on start button, all programs, and you can just pull it down. And here you can see Oracle Database 11G Express Edition, an entry. So this can be seen only after installation. Okay?
Yes, okay.
In this, there is a get started link you can see here. I am going to click on this. So now Oracle 11G Express Edition's home page would be opened in a browser. To open this Oracle database instance, you don't need to have an internet connection. Okay? But to download, you need an internet connection.
Yes.
And you can see it asks for a username and password here. I already gave that username password. So by default, there will be a super user in Oracle environment. That username is system. Yes, you can see here, system is the username. And you have to give a password, the password which you have given during installation process.
Okay.
Then click on OK button. I think for you it may not ask you the username password just now on the screen which you have seen on my machine. For the first time, when you click on the get started link, it will directly open this particular screen on browser, this one.
Okay.
Yes, you can see here Oracle Database Express Edition,
Yes.
11.2 release. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Now, once this is the home page we see, and on this home page you can see Application Express. Click on that Application Express, and here it will ask for username and password. You have to provide the super user system, then the password for that. The password is nothing but the password which you gave during registration, that is installation, sorry. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
And I am giving here my password. Then click on login button. The password is case sensitive. Yes, you can see.
Yes.
I have logged in as system user. Can you see here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, all right. It means for the first time whenever you are logging into Oracle environment, you have to make use of the system account. Then you are going to create your own account now, user account. So look here, create Application Express workspace.
Yeah.
Here I am showing you to create your own workspace and your own account along with that. Yes, here you can see database user and create new. By default it is chosen. Here you give your name or an user account you have to create here. I generally give user 1. User, I give user 4. I already have user 1, user 2, user 3 account, so I give a new user account, user 4. And Application Express username also you give the same one, user 4. And password, it's of your choice. I am giving a password and password. Then click on create workspace. Okay?
Yes.
So Oracle environment is creating a separate workspace for you. So whatever the things you are going to do, like creating a table, creating any database object, all would store in user 4 workspace. You can see a message here, successfully created workspace, this one. And to begin, you log in with that user 4 account. Click here. And it asks for logging, you give the password which you just gave during password, that is user creation. Okay?
Okay.
Login. Yes, this is the environment where you are going to work out for your practice. You can see here workspace user 4. Right?
Yes. Right.
Then SQL workshop. So I am going to click on SQL workshop. I just clicked on it, and you can see in SQL workshop, you can see SQL workshop. In SQL workshop, there is SQL, that is SQL commands, and scripts, SQL scripts. So SQL commands. So for now we begin with SQL. So I am going to take you into SQL commands. Once we are done with SQL, we will be going into PLSQL. So PLSQL is done here in SQL scripts. So for me, I mean to say for now, let me take you into SQL commands. I am clicking on that. Yes. So this is the editor where we can write those queries. Yes, you can see here.
Yes, yes, I can see.
Let me show you one select query and the data present in a table. So to execute that query, first you type the query. Here I have just typed one query, that is select star from EMP. EMP is the table name, that is employee table. Then select star from, it means select all the data that is present in the employee table and display here. To execute this query, select the entire query, then click on run button. Yes, there is a run button available. I am clicking on it. And you can see results.
Yes, yes.
So this is the complete employee table with employee information, and you can see 10 rows were returned in so and so seconds. Okay?
Okay.
It means there are 10 employee details here displayed. And if you observe here, you can see, you can change the number of rows that display here. Rows.
Yes.
And for now the filter is 10 rows, right?
Right.
I am going to change it to some other 50. And after changing it, you have to execute the query again, because there are more than 10 rows actually in that employee table. So I changed that filter rows, and I am going to execute this run. You can see there are 14 rows completely.
Yeah, that's max.
Okay? Yes, right. So all that employee, you can see here, this is a table here. Table. These are columns, that is employee number, employee name, job, manager number, hire date, salary, commission, department number, all these are columns.
So
and you can see there are, yes.
So when we are writing select star, it means it will show all table with all columns, right?
Right, a table with all columns.
Yeah.
So in the place of star, you can choose, you can go for selected columns also. Of course, we will explore all those things soon.
Yeah.
Star represents all columns in the table. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. So we will be executing all the queries here. So to execute the query, select the query. Either you click on run button, or you can use a shortcut key, that is, I am writing here control plus enter key. Control enter.
Yeah.
This is the shortcut to execute the SQL command. All right.
Okay.
I'm just creating a folder with your name so that I can put all your related documents in this.
Okay.
Uh, Marina, just a second. Let me take some water.
Sure.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, let me take you into the various sub-languages. Yes. Yes, you can see here,
Yes.
and this RDBMS that is used to support in storing the data into that RDBMS, and the stored data can be manipulated and the data can be retrieved like a select statement which you have just fired. Then you can share the data with high security with other users also. So here you can see now I'm taking you into the SQL, structured query language. So it's a fourth generation language and it is developed by EF Card in June 1968. And this SQL was actually developed using C programming language. And 10% in low-level programming, that is ALP, also used during SQL development. Then it's a standard language used by every RDBMS package in its development. So SQL is the standard language. Here I am telling about ANSI standard language. Then SQL is a fourth generation language where 1000 lines of code in high-level languages, maybe C or Java, is equals to one statement in fourth generation language. Like for example, I just showed you a single statement, a select star from employee, and I have clicked on this run button. It is displaying all the employee data present in this. To perform the same thing in Java programming language. So a Java programming language also can be used to display the employee details. So Java programming language will communicate with a database, and from database it fetches the employee records, employee data, and it displays onto the browser. Then the Java programming language may need minimum to minimum a 50 lines of code minimum, or 50 to 100 lines of code to rearrange everything, or it may range from 50, 100 or 200 lines of code also. You can see Java programming language uses around 50 to 200 lines of code to display the employee data, whereas with the fourth generation language, that is SQL, It just takes a single statement. So that is why the SQL is very popular. Yes. So here there are the various data types present in Oracle. So data types, like in C programming, you might have seen int, character, float, those data types, right? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, yes, I can hear
Able
you.
to follow?
Yes, of course.
Yes. In C programming, you might have seen the data types like a C, int, character, float, and so on, right?
Right, right.
So likewise, Oracle also supports the various data types. And you can see here in my employee table, yes, you can see employee number is a numeric. You can see these are numerics, employee numbers. And employee name is character type, that is string type we say, right?
Yes, string, yes.
And even job is also a string. String is nothing but a group of characters.
Yes.
Yes. And here you can see manager, MGR, manager number. This is also a numeric. And hire date. This is a numeric with some special symbols. We call it as date in our Oracle environment. Date is also a data type. So this is a date kind of data type. Then salary. So salary is numeric. And commission. Commission is also numeric, you can see. And here commission has some blanks here. You can see here. These blanks are nothing but null they are. It means some employees have commission and some employees do not have commission. Whoever the employees does not have commission are marked as null. And here you can see some employees have commission.
Yes, yes.
300, 500, 1400. Even department number is a column with the numeric values. It means number data type. Okay?
Okay.
So in Oracle also we have various data types. That is simple data type provided by Oracle database and composite data types. So these can be created in PLSQL environment. So we can create. That is the programmers can create composite data types. Okay?
Okay.
So let us explore into simple data types. Simple data types number, numeric data types. So you can see number data type has two arguments, P, S. P stands for precision and S stands for scale. So let me give you an example here. So here you can see supposed to represent the whole numbers and floating point numbers also. This numeric data type. In C programming, the integers can be represented only with the int. Whereas if you want to represent some decimal numbers which has a dot in it, you will be going for a float or a double data type in C programming, right?
Right.
Here we have number data type where you can use this number to represent either integer or float. You can see some examples here. So the maximum limit for precision, that is the first argument is 32 digits you can. It means 32 digits the number also you can store in this numeric data type. And here you can see, so 32 digits with Oracle 7 version and 32 digits with Oracle 8 version. So let me show you the various versions of Oracle. Just a minute, let me go back and show you the versions. Yes, you can see here. RDBMS even supports the Java programming language also. Java is an object-oriented programming language. So everything is treated as object. Object like which we see around the table, the chair, mobile phone, all those.
Yeah.
So our Oracle environment will support Java also. And you can see here there are various versions like Oracle 7 version, that is 7.0, 7.1, 7.2 and so on. And from Oracle, after that Oracle 8 version released, 8.0, then 8i, then 9i, then 10g and 11g, which we are using now. And here you can see 8i and 9i. This 9i is very popular. So in the previous days, generally we had used Oracle 9i or 8i for practice. Later on, this 10G, 11G came into picture, and we are making use of the 10G and 11G. And they are 10G and 11G are lightweight for a testing purpose or for learning purpose. Actually, the size of this 10G or 11G goes around 2 GB, the original versions, where the IT companies use. For us, for practice, whatever you can download from Oracle environment, that is Oracle portal, it would be around 300 MB or something else. Then 10G, likewise 11G, and with Oracle, there is an ERP package also, Enterprise Resource Planning, that is Oracle Financials we say. I think you might have heard SAP.
Excuse me?
SAP.
Okay.
ERP. Have you heard of that? SAP? Let me
Yes,
write here.
yes, yes.
SAP.
Yes.
Yes. SAP
We
is
have
an
here,
ERP.
yes, we have here the company, SAP, German company, working like SAP.
Can you please repeat? There was a breakage in your voice.
Here in my city, we have a company called SAP also.
All right, all right. Right, SAP is a company, likewise its own product name is SAP.
Yes.
Which is a very huge application generally used by very huge organizations in world. So enterprise resource planning it is. It has various modules to handle like what is that financials and costing, then manufacturing, then manage inventory, manage HR, human resources, then customer relationship management, then account payables, likewise account receivables. So the amount that is paid by the organization to its suppliers, or amount received by from customers. So account payables, account receivables, and so on. So these are various modules present in those packages, this ERP. So SAP is the very popularly used, and it is widely used in the IT industry to manage the huge organizations. Like SAP, Oracle also has its own ERP, that is Oracle Financials we say. This is 11, Oracle 11. Yes. Let me back. Yes. So those are the various versions of Oracle, and here, yes, let me back to the data type, and you can see here data types. Employee code. It is numeric data type which can hold 4 digits. You can see the size is mentioned over there, precision. Roll number. It's number which can accommodate 3 digits, and examples maybe 501 or 502 may be roll numbers. Likewise, account number. It can be numeric and it is of 3 digits. And basic, meaning in salary component there will be the elements like basic, HR, DA. So the basic, which is numeric, and you can see it can take 3 digits. So here, these are the values. 999 is the salary, or basic, or 200 may be the basic. Likewise, salary. Salary which is of numeric, and you can see here 7,2. 7 is the precision and 2 is the scale. So what this represents is, it represents a floating point number. What it represents is a total of 7 digits it can take, precision 7 digits. In those 7 digits, scale of 2 digits is represented as decimal part. You can see here an example. I have given salary 25,000 and 50 cents. So $25,000 and 50 cents. So here total 7 digits, and in those 7 digits, 2 digits represent a decimal. And you can see here those 2 digits representing decimal. Right?
Right.
So number data type represents both the whole number and floating point numbers. And you can see here across the globe, top 17 banks are using Oracle for their financial transactions. The Citibank, ICICI Bank in India, and many other banks are using Oracle as their repositories. So numeric data type, likewise character data type. So the character data type, you can see CHAR, character, and which takes some size with it. So this character data type is fixed length character data type, and the maximum limit for that is the size 256 bytes with Oracle 7 version and 2000 characters with Oracle 8 version. So you can give around 2000 characters as value for this character data type. And you can see here I have given some examples. Name, character of 20. So here you can give values, maybe RAM, one name. So you can see here another example, course done by the student. Character data type, and it takes 15. So maybe BTech, BE or master's degree, the courses. Then sex, gender is represented with single character, maybe male or female. So character information is case sensitive. It means the value whatever presented or value whatever you are giving for this is case sensitive. And you can see here the values are given in single quotes here. As you can see here, it's a name Ram, which is enclosed in single quotes. So character data types values are always enclosed in single quote, and you can see the case is sensitive here. I mean to say uppercase and lowercase matters here. They are different.
Yes.
Fine. And here you can see I have highlighted it is fixed size length. Let me explain you what is fixed length soon. So along with the character there is another data type called varchar, varying character we say. The same varchar can also be represented with varchar 2. Both means the same.
Okay.
And you can see it takes the size. So varying length of character data type. And the maximum limit you can use 2000 bytes with the 7 version, 4000 characters with the 8 version. And here you can see name, some varchar of 20 size, and I have given a value MVN or MVN Software Private Limited. So these are the various values for that variable, and you can see here this is a varying length character data type. Let me explain to you what this varying length is. Let me back to this character which is a fixed length. So whenever you are going to mention the size here, you can see here 20 is the size.
Yes.
And for that name, you give a value RAM as a name, which has only 3 characters in it. You can see you mentioned the size as 20, but you gave a value only 3 characters. So what happens to those 20 minus 3, 17 characters, 17 bytes of memory? That 17 bytes of memory would be blocked by this data type. You cannot utilize that 17 bytes of memory. Whereas with the varchar, as it is varying, you can see if you give a value MVN, only 3 bytes would be given for that variable, and the rest of the 17 bytes would to be utilized by some other components present in RDBMS. And you can see here MVN software, if you give 12 bytes and the rest of the bytes, 8 bytes can be utilized for some other thing. And MVN software private limited, so which it takes 20 bytes exactly.
Okay.
So here, with varying length, memory can be effectively utilized. Whereas with the character, the memory is fixed, that's it. Memory cannot be effectively utilized. That's the difference between character and varchar.
Aha, okay.
So whenever you know that there may be only fixed length of characters, for example, the gender, sex.
Yeah, when
it's
I'm
always
sure,
maybe M or female, male or female, M or F.
Yeah, when I'm sure what's the value, I will use then car, and then when I'm not sure, I will use var car, right?
Right, absolutely. So that you can effectively utilize the memory. Memory is the very precious resource. You have to use it efficiently, wisely. All right. Then date data type. So you might not have seen this date data type with C program. Whereas with SQL we have a special data type date which represents the dates. So which is used to represent date and time. Then initially the time would be empty. That is hours, minutes, seconds would be 0. The memory occupied by this date data type is 7 bytes or 8 bytes. You can see date of birth, which is of date type. Date of joining, DOJ, it's of date type. So, and this is the standard representation of date format in Oracle environment. That is MMDDYY or month DDYY, MMDDYY. You can see here I have represented the patterns of date. MMDDYYYY in the sense 4-digit year, 2014, 2014. And here you can see YY, which represents only 2 digits. And here MON represents month, date, year. Month, date, and year, 4-digit year. So these are the patterns representing the date. So likewise, we have long data type, which supports to represent numbers and characters. Both numerics and characters can be represented, like employee codes. And the maximum limit is 2 GB of information you can store in this long data type. And one table can have only one column as long in of all those columns. That is, one table can have a maximum of 2000 columns. So in that there will be only one column that is representing long data type. You cannot have multiple columns representing long data type. Then memory allocated is dynamically. That is, the memory is effectively utilized with this long data type like varchar. You can see description, which is of long, and I have given some value here, and account number, which is of long, and you can see some account number. So this long data type represents both numerics and characters. Likewise, raw data type, which supports images. I told you that Facebook has the user data, and that user data, users are nowadays uploading their images, photos, videos, all those things. So those photos can be represented with raw data type. And the maximum limit was 256 bytes with Oracle 7 version, 2000 bytes with 8 version, and more than 2000 bytes in the present Oracle 11G versions. Like raw, we have long raw, which supports the information up to 2 GB and manipulated through GUI tools. So generally this long raw and raw data type are used along with some UI tools. There are UI tools like you might have heard Visual Basic, VB. Have you seen VB environment?
Yes, I've seen that, and I was working
Yes,
in
yes.
my school.
Very good, very good. VB can be treated as a UI tool where the backend you can configure with the Oracle database. So with the help of VB, you can insert images into Oracle database. Images or videos, even text documents also you can insert into database. So to insert such images, videos, you need UI tools. And that UI tool may be a Visual Basic or Developer 6i, Developer 9i, which is Oracle product. Generally used for forms development and reports development. These are the tools, GUI tools. Okay?
Okay.
Then likewise we have loops, large objects. So large objects supports to store information up to 4 GB. LOB stands for large object. And you can use n number of columns per table, these loops. And in the loops there are various types. You need to remember this because you can expect a question in your interview from these loops. So loops are of types like a character loop where you can represent a character information in it. Then native character loop. So native characters in the sense you can insert Japanese language characters or Chinese language characters by using NC loop, native character loop. Then B loop, binary loop, which is used to support images. And B file, which is used to store operating system files like Word document, Excel sheet, PowerPoint in databases. So these are the various types of loops. Yes, those are the various data types. And now we will be looking into these Oracle sub-languages. Mariana, I think it's 4:40 now here. So we have finished our 1 hour duration.
Yes. Okay, thank you. But I have a question. Tomorrow, will we have
Yes.
the session at the same time?
Yes, tomorrow for the same time. And the thing is, I just want to discuss this also with you. There was a network problem at my end, as I told you earlier. So I am asking for a new network service provider here. If that goes success, we can have our sessions at 7:30 p.m. IST. Let me write here 7:30. 7:30 or 8 because you told 8. You are available by 8. 7:30. I'm just mentioning the time here.
Okay, and that's my time.
So either these two timings of your convenient. Once the network service provider has provided the internet at my end.
Okay, and until that time, will I also join with the same ID meeting like today, or?
Do you mean meeting ID?
Yes. Will I join with the meeting ID you gave me on WhatsApp, or the meeting ID I received a mail from the Ravish
This particular thing we will get a confirmation from big classes by the end of the day. If you don't get any confirmation also, you just ping me on WhatsApp. I will give you the meeting ID then and there. No issues.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And now, how to only to stop recording, right? Here.
Sorry, come again.
I want to stop recording of this session. Shall I only press here stop recording on the window, right?
You can start. You have already recorded the session, right, at your end.